What's up? What's up? What's up? So, I want to talk about this shakedown. And for people who don't know what shakedowns are, it's synonymous with the mafia, the mob. Okay? This thing of ours. They are shaking down Trump. And when I say they, you say, well, Marcus, who's they? El Cyrus, who's they? Fernando, who's they? Right? Nando. So, I got multiple different aliases, right? The New York government. The New York government is shaking down Donald Trump as I speak, as many other people write, as many other people have conversationalists, right? They are shaking down Trump right now underneath pretenses of the Espionage Act. So what is the Espionage Act? Well, it's synonymous with selling state secrets or being in possession of secrets that you're not supposed to have. But what makes him a prime candidate for this is because he held the highest position in government, in federal government, that is, which is president. Well, there's other higher positions than that, in my opinion. But yeah, he held president. He was a presidential elect, not just a candidate. So they elected him to go into office, and he decided to take an insurance policy out. And an insurance policy out is declassifying classified intelligence information that was collected and put together in a wide range of orders, and in that it's a whole tobacco, right? When you think about it, it's all a maze and a ruse. It's all smoke and mirrors sometimes. But he's in possession of that. And the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, confirmed that he is in possession of classified information that was declassified during his term at the time when he was leaving office. So those are the things he has against him. So New York wants to ban him. And not only is he banned on Twitter, I believe he's banned on Instagram. So he banned on social media everywhere. And New York is going to ban him for 5 years. I always used to say this shit, excuse my language, there is no ban in real life. And they about to put him on a real life ban. I don't know if this is the metaverse after Mark Zuckerberg, but this is some comedic, I'm looking for the word. This is a very comedic world we living in now. And when I say from a comedic standpoint, it's like, wow. It's like they shaking him down, and they just don't want a little bit of money. They want $250 million. Wow. Okay, so here's the things that he had stacked against him. What they are saying he allegedly did was inflated his net worth, inflated assets, inflated financial records to make it seem like he was a billionaire. That he was on that upper echelon when it comes to tax brackets, right? He had never paid no taxes, filed bankruptcy multiple times, and have been procuring assets based off what people thought his net worth was, and his net worth is not even a fraction of what he's saying or what all the websites are saying and what everybody else is saying. It's saying what the government has on file and what he's telling people to get loans and procure loans are falsifying records. Because what the government has and what everyone else knows and what everyone else is doing and whatever money he is spending that he's probably not telling nobody is not matching up, and it's not lining up with the government. See, these are the things, right? Because I filed my own taxes for a while. What the government has on file and what other people see in real life, this is why they have investigators. Investigators get paid, right, And they can join the IRS, and they have pistols, and they have badges, and they have bulletproof vests just like everyone else. But they're the tax collector. See, that's an old position in the government, is the tax collector. And we taking it all the way back to the Civil War, right? Let's take it back there, right? Let's get in the time machine, strap down, close your eyes wherever you at. If you're driving, then don't close your eyes. But if you're at a stoplight, then close your eyes for a brief moment, but open them up quick, because anything can happen at the blink of an eye. That's a New York minute, right? So let's take it all the way back. So back then, during the Civil War, they had tax collectors. The Union would send a man out on a horse. He'll have his rifle or a gun, and he'll go out there and assess people's land. And he'll say, okay, you have 5 pigs, 2 oxes, okay, 3 sheeps, you have a cottage, and you have in excess of 9 bales of wheat and things like that. You know, he'll go through your assets. Okay, the furniture is only worth this much. The house is only worth this much. Okay, all right, we won't take the furniture. We won't take the house, but we'll take 3 sheeps, the 5 oxen, and the 10 or 20 pigs, whatever I said, right? We'll take those and we're going to feed our our crew with it, our soldiers, our troops with that food, and that will be considered taxes if you don't have money to pay. Okay? So they used to take goods in return of funds, you know. And so the tax collector gained its reputation for going out there to collect taxes because don't nobody wanted to pay. So when you don't want to pay your taxes and you haven't filed your taxes, depending on how deep in it you are and how high profile you are, they can get you on tax evasion. That means the agents will mount up just like an FBI, just like any other investigation group, and they will go and watch you and see how much money you're spending. They can look into your financial records. It made it more easier because it's so digital. Before, you know, the agents had to go watch you. If you're spending in cash and you don't have no digital footprint, then they have to go and put man hours in on you and watch you and then determine to say, okay, you're lying on your taxes. You have more money than what you state or what you claim. This is why I do not play with the Internal Revenue Service. This is why I will play broke or play hobo or play bum as long as I can, because once they start seeing you buying these big ticket items and things like that, they will put an investigation on you, and they want to know where that money is coming from. This is what you signed when you became a citizen in that municipality. You understand what I'm saying? So when you became a citizen in the municipality, you also have to pay taxes to the municipality that you live in, the statehood that you live in. Okay, so New York, but also you have cities. Cities incorporate. So cities have to pay taxes to the state as well. See, these are the things that people don't tell you. So the land that so I can go in and buy a whole bunch of land, over 100 acres or so. Put houses on there, put street names, put a fire department, hospital, post office, whatever I want to put on them, right? Then in turn, we'll have to file paperwork to become a incorporated city or town or village, depending on what the requirements are, and they can grant that. You understand what I'm saying? Or you'll be known and put on the map because so many people are talking about it and so many people live there. Depending on how big is your population, but you have to have people there actually writing it down on addresses and things like that where you live at, you know, things like that. And they can say, okay, you're an unincorporated city. You're an unincorporated town. You're an unincorporated village. You know what I mean? You really don't have any power. So the next incorporated city, you will have a post office there. The federal government will come in. The state government will come in. You know, things like that. So you'll take on the zip code of a incorporated city that's next door versus you taking on the unincorporated city postal code because you don't have one, because you don't have a post office. You understand what I'm saying? So let me bring y'all back in. Let me wheel y'all back in, right? So now, the tax man has gotten back to the AG of New York, and the tax man say that everything Trump put out there is false. So they went and got testimonies from his family, Donald, even Junior, man. Junior is turning evidence on his own father. Junior turning evidence on his own father, man. See, these are the similarities of what I be going through in life, all right? Junior is turning evidence on his own daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting Ivanka, man. It's getting very treacherous, and especially they just came off that investigation of his ex-wife. His ex-wife died, and they did an investigation, and that's weird and very rare to do during this time. The fact that they even thought that foul play was at play on the recent death of his ex-wife was just, it got to be coming from somewhere, because I haven't seen that in a while, other than in the case of O.J. Simpson. I mean, they put O.J. Simpson on trial, and he needed the Dream Team to get him off, and that's when Johnny Cochran was alive. So that's, to me, in general, when I'm talking on this podcast here, to me in general, I feel like the whole Trump situation is something that we haven't seen in a while. Like, this is some late 80s, early 90s type situation going on that a lot of the millennials will never understand. So this is another great thing for older generation as mentors when it comes to government. The newer generation, right? People that's actually younger than me would not understand why they putting a investigation on Trump in the death of his ex-wife. Because this is what people like that do. They set up things and have people killed off and trying to get insurance money. People do things when they're really in need of money. When they're really in need of money, they hatch a plan, they plot and they scheme, and these are the things you have to protect yourself from. All right, so not only do you have to protect yourself from the vultures, meaning that the ones that plot on you to steal your money, that are civilians, criminals, if you would, thugs, hoodlums, and then you have to worry about the government that's coming in legally taking your money, and if it's just and right for that taxation company to come in and take your money. Also, I want to add into this podcast is everyone should go solar. Tesla Energy, My Solar Energy, there's so many different energy companies out there. I remember when they was giving away $50,000 worth of solar panels equipment. Now Tesla will do a whole roof for you or give you a couple wall panels for you, but it's going to cost you. One wall panel is going to cost you about $43,000 and some change. So now, these days now, when it comes to solar and actually trying to save money on your electricity bill, it's starting to get a lot more expensive. The cost is increasing. It's definitely for sustainable energy. I feel like this new I only got 40 more seconds left. Okay. That's been my time, but I also want to state that I did notice that Dodge is coming out with a fully electric SRT. I haven't test drove it yet, but I have seen it being showcased and displayed. I want to see how that works because Tesla do work with Dodge and Tesla is in the same building. So I want to see how that came out. Yeah, it's like your grandmama asking you how the cornbread turned out. So I want to see how that turned out. I want to drive it. I may even own one. Maybe the last model of that. Y'all be cool. Thank you. That's been my time.